Hello, secretive tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Quest III with me, BlueAnkylo. So in between episodes, for the first time this series, I've spent a little bit of time looking up a couple hints or walkthrough kind of guide, tip, strategy stuff. Just say all the words, Blue. Anyway, so I know a few more things than I did at the end of last episode. One I found by being very, very thorough, and also remembering that I'm using a shortcut to search. If you're finding like you're talking to someone instead of searching, there is a way to actually search that tile. So you just do that. So there you go. That's the secret to the Queen's ring. The Wizard's ring, I didn't really use it much in Dragon Quest II. I'm not sure anyone can equip it in this game. Probably not equipable. It just restores some MP when you use it in combat. I think you have to use it in battle. I think. We can test that later, maybe. But it has a chance of breaking every time you use it. So it's one of those too good to use things. Like, you want to save it for an emergency because you might break it. And then you end up never using it because it's too good to use. So that was that. So one thing I did in between episodes, you remember the very top of the pyramid? I said, I think there's something at the top of the pyramid, like where you can jump off the top once you climb the, you're outside of the pyramid on the top. Yeah, you just search one of the tiles around the very top of it and you get a mini medal. I looked up how many mini medals we've currently got. We've turned in 10 and I have 5 in the bag. If I had gotten every single mini medal up to this point, we could have 22. So I've probably missed about 7, which is kind of disappointing. But unfortunately, Dragon Quest III mini medal rewards aren't that good this game. Like, they're okay. You know, there's some good stuff, but they're not amazing. Like, there's no King Metal swords or ultimate equipment or anything. It's just sort of like handy side stuff that's nice if you get it early, but if you miss it, it's not really that big of a deal. Also, appears the guards are not very good in this castle. So we're gonna get some loot here while we're traveling around. A little bit of money, not a very good reward there. A silk robe might be okay for one of the girls. Ruby ring, I looked those up. All they do is change your personality, so they really are just for money. So we've got 2 ruby rings, which are super, super valuable. We are actually, at the end of today's episode, or very quickly in today's episode, we're going to become very, very rich. So that's great. There's another mini medal. That's probably part of the 22 I was talking about. And a life nut. Okay, so we got a couple seed nut things to use. Another small medal. Golden tiara increases your luck. Okay, so it's probably just luck plus I'd be willing to bet it changes personality. Let's just test it out real quick. I'm just not a huge fan of personality changing equipment. Makes you ladylike. Okay, well if you know if ladylike is good, then you can I guess if you just give it to someone else, that unequips it, right? Like that would clearly cover that. So yeah, anyway, ring, golden tiara. I think in some Dragon Quest this is a pretty good item. I forget exactly what it does in some of them, but it doesn't do anything for us. Other than a little bit of luck and change your personality. The silk robe is like a early game armor that's sometimes good. It's not going to be as good as a Cloak of Evasion. I think I looked it up. I think Cloak of Evasion is like a 20% evasion in the NES version and a 15% evasion in the remakes. I could be off by 5%, but that's about what you're talking about when you're talking about Cloak of Evasion. So it's not like, I was thinking it might be up to 25%, like I think some games might be that high. But, 15 or 20% dodge is still good, but probably once we get body armor that's like 10 or 12 defense better than it, we'll switch up. But it just means like a similar tier armor that provides a little bit more defense is less mitigation overall because the evasion is still better than a few points of defense. Also, like, against something that can one-shot you, like a Canabox, Cloak of Evasion, unless you can get defense high enough to survive a hit, at least a small percent to survive is better than anything else at all. So, in some situations, right? So anyway, Silk Robe, not that good. Wisdom Seed, we will use on me for MP. because I actually have very poor MP, and BlueAnkylo, like the hero, gets eventually some of the better spells. It'll take a while, but I'm pretty sure M. Dobry will have more than enough MP thanks to the personality, so it's not a big deal for her or him. And then the other thing we got was a life nut, which I'm also going to use on myself because I am also kind of low on HP. And we got good rolls there, so nice nice loot. Okay, good. So I think that's it for the castle. This is pretty much everything done. But we are going to go back to the pyramid for one last secret item. I know I went off camera to climb and got the mini medal. But there's one thing I want to show you that is actually probably why I remember the pyramid as being so terrible. And it's actually different between NES and Remake versions. Let me just speed through some of these battles real quick just to save us a little bit of time here. But yeah, if you noticed this last episode, or if you thought of it last episode, you know, congrats to you if you remembered it from ages ago. But there is something in the basement. Now, Fella is no help for finding it, so it doesn't really do anything. You can't even cast magic down here, even if there was a chest. Now, if you're playing the NES version, if you search a tile around here, I think it's kind of the one in the middle, kind of up in the top right corner, but not the edge, you'll probably find a staircase. But in the remake, I had to look it up because it wasn't in the same spot. I was confused. In the remake, it's the top left middle of the room. So we'll go do that. I would strongly recommend not doing this little side quest unless you're already pretty healthy and prepared for a bit of a tough slog. And if you're playing the NES version, well, it's actually a lot worse. So it's hard to explain exactly, but well, you'll see as soon as we get it. So one of these tiles in the middle here, I think it's right here, trust me, guys. Like this tile? I know it's right here somewhere. Just believe me. Believe in me. I've actually tested this off camera and found the tile. I have to like be look. Oh, there you go. There we go. Okay. I knew it was here. It's surprisingly finicky when you're trying to find a specific tile, like a search tile on a random. So you need to get the magic key first. So you have to basically complete the tower or the pyramid before you come down here. And like I said, I would recommend being ready because having some good HP and, you know, you can't really cast magic down here, I don't think. Okay, nope, no magic. So before you come down here, bring some herbs or something because things are gonna get fun. Open the casket. The golden claws are inside. I got the golden claws. From out of nowhere, an eerie voice can be heard. Misfortune will plague those who steal the golden claw. So while we're in the pyramid, we are all cursed. And this is the serious business curse. So yeah, be careful. Now, unfortunately, I don't actually have anyone who can even equip it. Which sucks. But we can sell it at the very... Oh, look, a random encounter. Alright, well, we'll speed through the random encounters. Hopefully I saved it before I came in here. So, oh, critical hit! Oh, brutal! That's because we can't use healing items. This is why I should have bought some more medical herbs, because, like, no healing items allowed, or no healing magic allowed. Alright, well, I've got 2 more. Alright, that's 1 encounter for every step so far. It's not, like, guaranteed random encounter every step. It is exactly a 4 times increase to your random encounter rate, though, until you leave the pyramid. In the NES version, it's so long as you're holding on to the golden claws in your inventory, it has this effect. In the remake, it's only while you're in the pyramid. So, you know, that's great, right? And this is almost certainly why I remember the pyramid being terrible. I'm pretty sure I found this item relatively by accident early on in a young run as a kid. just exploring thoroughly, and maybe not realizing that it was the item that was making me cursed. So I never got rid of it, and had a really bad time going through the pyramid. Or finishing off the pyramid, anyway. So anyway, how you guys doing? On the plus side, we'll get lots of experience here if we don't die. And lots of money if we can sell it. Now, I did specifically not sell my, what am I saying? I specifically did not sell my ruby rings before I came in here, because the chance of having a party wipe because we just can't escape. So if I do die and lose half my gold, I'll be able to sell the rings and become fairly rich again. So I was sort of thinking ahead a little bit. I mean, we're pretty strong, but it's just kind of insane. It's possible I could throw it on the ground and the curse would leave, but even then I'm not 100% sure. I have a feeling we basically have to leave the pyramid to get rid of the curse. And there's no outside spell that, even if you leveled up or you had the right character, you can't cast magic while you're in here, so you couldn't just cheat your way out by using outside. So yeah, this is rough. I really should have brought more medical herbs. That would have been, like, I was thinking about it, but I'm like, nah, you guys, I don't want to give it away, right? Like, I didn't want to spoil the secret. Now, no, I've got, doesn't matter. I was thinking like blue might know healing magic, but that wouldn't help either. Oh, I also looked up that curse while we're, just rambling as I fight random battles. The stone wig that I equipped for extra defense and personality changes last episode. Oh, fireballs. That is not good either. I didn't realize Shadow Wars had AoE magic. That's really bad. I've got a couple medical herbs left, I guess. I could be trying to run from these battles, I guess. I don't know. What's better? I guess I'll use my last herbs here. I don't think we've made it halfway out since I picked up that claw. I was talking about the stone wig curse, right? So the accessory that changes your personality and gives you some defense. That specific curse actually doesn't affect you in battle at all. Like, you're cursed, so you can't unequip it, but it doesn't actually give you any bad effects. In Dragon Quest III, the different cursed items all have different effects. I don't believe cursed accessories actually do anything significantly bad, but if you're finding cursed weapons or armor, like actual body armor or weapons, shields, that kind of stuff, then the curse will actually give you different effects depending on which one you're fighting. Which weapon which equipment you're using. Some of them will make you paralyzed in combat. Some of them will make you deal less damage in combat or less magic damage in combat. Some of them will mean when you take damage, one of your allies takes it for you, which is sort of nice. So that might be not a terrible curse. Like, it kind of splits the damage between two people, rather than just one person taking the whole hit. What else is there? Those are kind of like the main curses. Lose a turn. There's the one that like makes you permanently confused, so you just can't take actions. You can't control your character at all. And I think they only do physical damage. It's like kind of like their Berserk, basically, if you're using a Final Fantasy comparison. That was some good damage there, fella. So yeah, I just looked up some of the equipment, and there's some, actually, like that magical skirt. I tried to look up some of the equipment that I've been talking about the last few episodes. I'm pretty sure the magical skirt that the girls can equip, that's, not quite as much physical defense as the flashy suit and all that. They do provide, I think, a small protection from magic damage. Like, it's like minus 25% magic damage kind of thing. Like, it's not a huge protection. And honestly, enemies aren't using a ton of magic, so it's not the big deal early game. But, yeah, technically, there are a few pieces of equipment that you can get fairly quick that do reduce magic damage or breath weapon damage. But we also aren't running into a lot of that yet. There's not a whole lot of, well, I mean, the Shadow Wars that cast Fireball on us was definitely one of the rare early game magics. There's also like some magicians that can cast magic, but for the most part, we're just dealing with random physical attacks, basically. All right, well, all that repetitive fighting got me a level up. 3 HP, 7 MP, and some stats. We're almost out of the basement trap floor, but this doesn't mean we're free of the curse yet. Blue is not looking so hot. Maybe I should rotate the party lineup a little bit here. Alright, let's, I haven't had to do this before, but I don't have any other way to heal. So we want Fella up front, then Holly. We'll just organize ourselves by HP, basically. And I am completely out of medical herbs, right? Lots of nifty things. No way to heal. Alright. Come on, Fella, bring it home. Just keep me protected. Don't let them kill me. I just gotta level up. I need to live. I need to live. So yeah, anyway, this curse is meant to be a no joke, like, you're in trouble. Man, even a half step got me a random encounter. That's rough. I figure because the shadow monsters can cast Fireball, they're probably the most dangerous overall damage output. Hey, M. Dobry, level up! 5 HP, 3 MP, some little stats, and Numb Off. So now M. Dobry can also cleanse paralysis. Not that I think we've been paralyzed by anything yet. But technically, we no longer need to be too worried about that status effect. Unless, you know, M. Dobry gets hit by it, of course, which would certainly suck. Alright, I think we're out of the first trap floor. Now, that's more than halfway, but we still got some traveling to do. Now, if we're lucky, maybe the encounters on this floor are going to be a little bit less painful. Like, there's still going to be very, like, there's going to be a lot of them. But maybe the enemies themselves in the table here aren't as tough. I don't know. Maybe they're exactly the same. No, Blue, stay alive! We need your boomerang! If Blue goes down, this is going to get much harder. What do you guys taking odds at me actually surviving this escape? Like, I probably should have bought like 10 more medical herbs and then we would have been fine. On the plus side, everyone gets a level up. Let me just double check something. We have almost 12,000 gold. This curse. Terrible night for a curse. Okay, you know, wasting their turn summoning a Hork isn't that bad. Although, when the Hork does 20 damage, that's pretty terrible, actually, so I take it back. Alright, everybody's finished getting their level up. Good. Holly, 5 HP, 5 MP, mostly luck. What level are you at? 16. Not too far off of being able to promote. You need to be, I think you have to be level 20 to do a class change. So, maybe we're not too far off of the area where we can do class changes. We also have to find the actual facility. And I am dead. So, as the party starts to go down, it's going to be harder and harder to survive these battles. Maybe I should start trying to run now. Yeah, that's the trouble. I don't know what the odds of escape are. I feel like I'm less confident in wiping these enemies out quickly. So maybe we... This has not worked out very well. Yeah, the running... Maybe when Fella's the only one alive, the escape, the fleeing will work better. I don't know. But as soon as someone goes down... Like, I feel like if everyone was alive, we were often winning a battle before we took much damage. Or at least we had the chance. But as soon as someone was dead, our damage output fell so far. Well, Fella, it's up to you to get us out of here. Come on, you got the most defense, you got the most agility. Just run from the frogs. They're just frogs. Alright. Probably 10 more battles. I don't think we're gonna make it unless we get some really lucky escapes, some fleeing. And we have not been doing very well at getting that. Like, we got half a step there, and then no escape. Alright. Come on, another half a step. Now, to be fair, in the NES version, there is no half steps. So you'll always get, you know, in this version, like, The difference is, in the NES version, you'd always get 2 critical hit kill. 60 damage. Must ignore defense or something. Well, that was probably what I figured was going to happen. I should have bought some herbs, and we might have been able to avoid it. On the plus side, we don't really lose our experience or anything. We just lose a bunch of money, which sucks. So let's see. What do we get? Yeah, half. I think you lose half your gold. So half your gold plus whatever it costs to resurrect the dead people, which there's always 3. So yeah, you know, there you go. Should I have bothered with that? Well, we'll find out real quick if selling that. Basically, we'll need to be able to sell the golden claw for more than 6,000 plus whatever the resurrection fees are. So we're gonna need, you know, 60 approximately, plus probably about 250 each, I guess. Probably what? Your level plus 50 gold or something like that. Your level times 10 plus 50. I don't know. Anyway, we'll need like about a 7,000 gold sale price for this to actually have been a good idea. Oops. Tactic. Order. Blue. Fella. Dobry. Holly. So. Here we go. Is it worth it? The terrible curse. The answer is... Where is it? I can't even see it. Did I lose it when I died? That really sucks. You lose it when you die. They stole it off our corpse. Well, that sucks. So we lost 7,000 gold for nothing. We got a level up, so I guess it wasn't completely nothing. But anyway, we got a lot more money out of raiding the castle. Now you know how the Golden Claw works. That's great. I'm not really worried about money. Like seriously, it's not a very big deal. It's a bit annoying that it didn't work the way I thought it would work with holding on to the item when you die. But because we had those 2 ruby rings, that's where the real money came from anyway. And I think you can sell the Golden Claw for like 12,000. So if we'd kept it, it would have been worth it. But it looks like it just disappeared when we died in the pyramid. So yeah, that's good. Good to know that the pyramid can still be terrible. All right, so cheesy tickets. We'll just move out of the way. You know what? I don't think we'll ever find another location in the game that doesn't let you cast healing magic. But I'll still buy some medical herbs, because it's really easy to buy groups of them. Like, that's the silly thing, is I could have just bought, like, 9 at a time, stocked up. So if you're playing along, don't do what blue do. Do what blue don't. It's really, really cheap to buy like, herbs are, like, dirt cheap, and you can buy them in groups of 9, which is very much better than 1 at a time. Like, that's saves you some time. So yeah, anyway. Okay. That's enough. Let's get out of here. So I think basically now that we've got the magic key, we can essentially the next like plot location will be Portoga, which is locked by the magic key. Like the entrance is locked by the magic key. But we'll just go back to kind of the last few towns we've been to and check for locked doors, because I want to get all the treasure. So there were a couple magic doors in this town, if I remember correctly. Let's see what we can get. So top floor, we've never been here. Oh, I'd love to go east someday, but the only way east is through a secret tunnel that only the dwarves know about. Norud the dwarf pretends not to know the way, though. I may have to see his friend, the King of Portoga. So maybe that's kind of our progression. You found the joke book. Alright, well, we could give someone a personality if we wanted. I don't think that whatever that one gives you, sort of humorous, gestury, goof-off stuff, I'm pretty sure that's not a very good personality, but... Alright, time for our antics here. We'll go to the dressing room, because, you know... You have business with the troop's leader. Then please come back at night. Alright. Blue looks exquisite. You looking fine. Alright, so we'll need to switch time for this one. We might as well do that. I've got one more thing I can do while we're wasting a little bit of time here. There's not really any weapons or armor I want to buy right now. I've got lots of money, but I'm probably going to save it until we get to Portoga. Because I'm sure there'll be another shop there, and we can just spend all our money. In fact, I'm pretty sure we're going to get the ship before much longer, and that should let us get to other cities with more valuable things. So I'm going to do one little thing here before I let the nighttime take us. Did Holly just, like, attack one of the party members? Feels like. But yeah, there's one more thing we can do. See if I can remember. In most Pachisi Square tickets, whatever these are called, Pachisi places, there is actually a couple searchable ground tiles, and I didn't remember them all. I just know that there are a couple items. They tend to be in the middle of squares, like that, yeah. So, if you're trying to be thorough, there's probably just one here, to be honest. But every time you find a Pachisi Square, there's very likely a mini medal or a ticket in some searchable tiles around. Either look for circles or flowers sort of in odd places. There's usually some visual tell, although there's not always a great one. Like that was kind of mirroring where the stairs was, so that sort of made sense. Sometimes there might be like a flower where you search and you get a ticket or a medal. Anyway, we found another mini medal, so that was good. I'm not really keeping track of all the medals I've got, but like I do want 20 mini medals because 20 gets us a better boomerang, and we're only 3 away. So there are 3 more we can get if I can just remember where they are. So I would like to get that before we go too much further. Okay. I wonder if we'd used holy water in the... Because I did have a holy water. Wow! Criticals today. We've been hit by 3 or 4 different critical hits in today's episode. That is crazy bad luck. Like, normally the monsters don't have very high critical chances, and we seem to be just getting nailed by this stuff. Sorry, Daubry, they're really beating up on you. Like, I don't want to go to the inn because, oh, you know what? I never checked this shop, which lets you buy... If you can go down to, like, 2,000, maybe. I'll buy it because I have lots of money, but I'm not sure I want it. It says attack plus 10. It turns you lewd. That's actually not bad. That's like not one of the worst personality traits. And it's what fella already has. And if it really is attack plus 10, so 59 to 69, let's see if it actually... We've seen this before where it says attack and then it wasn't. Sort of a mistranslation or something. His attack is 7... I think it's his stamina went up from 50... He's got 69 stamina. Yeah, so that's stamina plus 10. I'm not sure if that really makes any difference at all. But, you know, I will hold on to it this one time because it's the same personality as fella. So for now, we're only equipping kind of... I don't know if it's on purpose or not, but I'm only equipping accessories that match our personality that I wanted for the moment. Oh, that's right. That's a terrible idea. Okay, hold on. I forgot. Except that the Starry Ring is way better. So... I think I'll probably... I mean, it might be okay. Like, lewd is not a bad personality. Is it better or worse than solitary? Solitary does give you a lot of stamina percent. You know what? Because it gives you 10 stamina as well, that'll probably make up for whatever bonus that solitary gives you. And I don't... Yeah, you know... That's okay. That's okay. I can be lewd for now. Lewd is, I think, one of the better ones anyway, so... Anyway, I did miss that shop the last time I was in town, so... I figured I should at least do my due diligence here. Alright, so these guys... I don't like. I don't like these monkeys very much. I just assume they have a relatively high critical chance or something. Or we're really unlucky. And yes, I did double check as well. Eventually we will get an item that lets us change the time from day to night, night to day, whenever we want. That will be very nice because there's a lot of stuff you need to change the time to do. And while the inn lets you go night to day anytime you want, you can't do the reverse until we get the item. And then in later Dragon Quest, they just give you a spell to do it. But okay, so let's find out what we can get from the girls' troop leader. In the mountains rests a cave that connects the land to the east. We tried to go through once in hopes of opening a theater somewhere on the other side. Unfortunately, the cave was closed off by a dwarf named Narud. That's why my troop couldn't go east. Well, that did not help me very much, did it? Maybe one day when we open the cave, we should come back and talk to these people, and maybe they will be happy to travel or something, but that was kind of a waste of time. No items, nothing really new. Alright. Let's, Geez, the episode's already going on pretty long. I want to do the rest of my backtracking here. So that's those two cities. We'll go to Noannuals. I don't think there was any magic doors here, but we'll check real quick. Let's just zip through it, basically, because I don't remember... There aren't too many magic doors at the small towns. They're usually in the castles, the way I remember it. There is, I believe, a mini medal at the Elf Forest in a flower somewhere that I missed. I was looking up some of the ones we missed. I'm not going to find that one right now. No, we're running a little bit low on time already, but if I can't find the other 3 mini medals that I want to get my my next boomerang, maybe I'll do that either between episodes or at the beginning of next episode when I know exactly where they are. This secret wasn't... No locked doors, we're just talking to people up there. Normal key, we did that. Yeah, not a whole lot of magic doors here. Champagne Tower probably didn't have any magic doors. The cave south of the elves probably didn't have any magic doors. Romali probably did, though. So this is where I was kind of hoping to get some good stuff. Remember, don't turn into a king again. Just being thorough is what I get for not writing it all down. But, I mean, how often do I have time to take notes in the middle of an LP series? Come on, guys. Every now and then I get a comment like, Blue, you should just draw a map. Like, when do I have time to draw a map while I'm talking to you guys and holding a controller? This is a different key. That is the ultimate key, or final key. So, unfortunately, those 2 chests are going to have to wait for a bit longer. This guy locked up here is probably another ultimate key. Yeah, anything with, like, metal grates is, the final key. It's like the jail key or the ultimate key. This one, though, here we go. They supposedly make ships in the west, in the castle town of Portoga. If you had one, you'd be able to sail anywhere. That's great. Thanks for the tip. Is there, like... This is the kind of place where there probably is a mini medal in here somewhere. Because... I mean, I'll have to look up a guide or something to really get them all, but, like... Whenever you need a key to get into a room and there's nothing, it's like... Feels like there should probably be a hidden mini medal or Parcheesi ticket or something. Guess that's it. This castle, not very exciting. I suppose we didn't really find very many magic doors early on in the game. O'Malley. Reeve is the town just northwest of our hometown. Probably no magic doors here. I don't think there's any magic doors on that little island to the west of our starting castle, I don't think. We might have already found all the magic doors? That's ridiculous. There's like 2 treasures. Oh, and then that happens, right? Yeah, Blue definitely needs more MP just so I can travel around easier. Well, we've got one more place to check, and then I'll probably do a little bit of a mini-medal hunt in between episodes, because I'm pretty sure we can get a boomerang before we progress the plot, basically. Any magic keys in our hometown? Any magic doors? That's the tavern, Mum's house, random shops, the Metal King. It would have to be in the castle, then. We never really got a treasury at home, did we? Ah, here we go, here we go. I owe so much to Ortega. Just steal these items now that you have a magic key. I'll pretend I didn't see anything. Alright, Rune Staff sounds possibly good. Strength Seed, well, we know what that does. Not bad. Also, Agility. You could use that as a double for Fella. It'll say he gets 3, but he'll actually get 6 with the Meteorite Bracer. And a Hero Ring! So the Hero Ring might actually give us attack. Attack 71. Attack 86. There's your combo for a boomerang, because now you're doing lots of damage to everything. And it turns you Valiant, which I believe is still a good personality. I'll have to check in between episodes. But yeah, I sort of remember that being a good ring. We'll see. I'm going to give this to M. Daubry, but I'm not going to equip it. I'm pretty sure we can use that in battle for something. And then I'm going to use the seeds, obviously, on people. But I'm going to... Still going to save Scummit, just to be cheaty, but, you know, whatever. These sorts of things don't really make much difference. In the course of an entire game, if you basically maximized every single seed, it will certainly make you stronger by the end of the game. But, you know, any one seed is not worth a whole lot of time. Oh, right, it's showing double because he's actually got the Meteorite Bracer equipped. That's cool. It's not 6 permanent, it's just 3 permanent, but doubled thanks to the Bracer temporarily. Okay, cool. So that was a good treasure. That was a good reward. I like that one. Did we ever come in here? Yeah, we did not. We got that thief in the tower to the west, and I never came back to this castle. Oops. Well, there was one of those mini medals I missed. Can't open any of these doors. That's fine. So that means I'm only really needing 2 more mini medals. That shouldn't be that hard to do. Right? Yeah, I've got 8. I've turned 10 in already, so we only need 2 more. That'll be not too difficult. Did I ever go this way? Are you here to see me? Yes. Well, I have something to tell you. There was once a traveler's door in the far eastern regions of Aliahan, but I hear it's been sealed off. Interesting. I think that was just the one that led us to Romali. So I guess if I came back, I was curious why the magic ball did anything. I should have got the key and came back to the castle and talked to people. I must have missed that. Oops. Because I feel like I haven't actually talked to any of these people. I've served in Castle Aliahan for over 10 years. I've always dreamed of becoming a scholar, but failed my entrance exam. I may have done better if I could read the smart book. We have a smart book somewhere. Okay, well that was a nice little touching ending there to get some good loot. I will look up the hero ring, like the personality for Blue between episodes, And I will make sure I know where to get 2 more mini medals so that next episode we can get right to business. Yeah. We sort of wasted too much time today dealing with the cursed golden claws in the pyramid. So that kind of messed me up a little bit. But next episode, we'll get back to business to progress the plot. And we still managed to do most of our bonus treasure backtracking today. I'm sure I missed a couple things because I was rushing a little bit here to save time. So, anyway, see you guys next episode, and hopefully we will find all the stuff we need and go to Portoga for boat quest, I guess. See you there?